Looking at my 75-gallon now planted aquarium with the fertilized substrate and Thrive liquid fertilizer added to the water column. Since adding the fertilized substrate, I did lose 2 fancy male guppies. I hope that that was not an issue from poisons transferred from the poisonous 10-gallon tank. I do believe that the aquatic UV sterilizer was leaching toxins into the water, because the issue continued after I removed oak leaves and did water changes and changed media. So I have removed that faulty mechanism and again done changes in water and filter media and removed most of the substrate. Actually rinsed it thoroughly and added it to this tank, but I don't believe that it was a result of toxins. I believe that one of the guppies got trapped and expired, and the other I was unable to find a corpse, but it has disappeared. I did have 4 blue snakeskin male guppies, and now I'm down to 2. I found the one corpse and the other simply disappeared. Perhaps the South American bumblebee catfish consumed it. It's a possibility, but it might be quite big for him. At any rate, down to 4 fancy male guppies and 2 fancy female guppies, but I do have several, well, let's see, 2 fancy female juvenile guppies and 3 fancy guppy fry that are sexually indistinguishable, or gender indistinguishable at the moment. And they've all been moved to tin 4, which is my second attempt at a planted aquarium, or planted 10-gallon at any rate. This is the planted 75-gallon tank with the LED light and the fertilized substrate. And as you can see, the dwarf Sagittarius seems to have acclimated quite nicely to this tank. I don't see any melting on those. Well, perhaps just a little. However, the jungle Vallicinera is melting quite rapidly, and hopefully after the melting there will be a comeback with new growth, and these 3 separate plants from the runner, which I actually purchased as one, it's a pretty good deal at the local pet store. Hopefully those will grow nice and tall in this tank and produce a nice backdrop jungle, as it were, for the fish. So the Colombian tetra in this tank are not fully grown, but they are beginning to color up quite nicely. It's a very underappreciated fish, I do believe. They do have quite a nice blue sheen to the body and rather red fins. Not brilliant like neon tetra or cardinal tetra coloration, but it's a very hardy fish and very prolific, so I enjoy them.